The jussive and cohortative forms will show the same changes as the imperfect that we discussed in the previous section. The object suffixes that we discussed in that section, section 3, can also be applied to these two volative forms of jussive and cohortative. Accordingly, a form such as yishlachenu, because enu is a suffix from the previous section, and because yishlach is in fact ambiguous between being a jussive and an imperfect, could be either a cal imperfect third masculine singular plus the object suffix, or a cal jussive third masculine singular plus the object suffix. A contextual judgment is necessary to distinguish which form is actually being used in a particular clause. There is, however, a second set of object suffixes applied to volatives. These resemble the forms from section 3, however they lack the n infix. If this second set of object suffix forms is used, it is a very strong marker that the verbal form in question is a volative, an imperfect, not an imperfect, but either an imperative, a cohortative, or a jussive. These forms are, starting with the third masculine singular, ehu, eha, ka, ek, eni, aim, ain, kem, the second feminine plural is not attested, and enu. In these forms, lacking the n infix, you have a very strong marker that you are dealing with a volative form. So while yishlachenu could be either imperfect or jussive, translating either as he will send him or let him send him, yishlachehu, missing the n infix, would almost certainly be a jussive form, let him send him. The imperative forms will function similarly, and they will use the same endings that we have been focused on. However, because imperatives have shorter length, certain details change. First, in O-class imperatives, the masculine singular form will re-syllabify, and its initial schwa, as in kutol, the masculine singular imperative, kill, will become a kametz hatuf. Note that the O class of the vowel is preserved. Kutol, when you have the addition of the suffix such as aim, the masculine plural suffix, becomes kot lame. This is a kametz hatuf, preserving the O class vowel. Second, in E class vowels, the sere of the imperative normally will reduce to schwa. So we have tain, the imperative form of natan, with the first nun being assimilated. The sere of tain will reduce to schwa we have with the addition of a, the feminine singular suffix, taneha, you give it. And then thirdly, in A-class imperatives, the patach theme vowel will lengthen to kametz. We have the imperative shalach, cal imperative masculine singular, you, masculine singular, send. With the addition of the suffix for me, ani, we have shalacheni. Notice that the patach has lengthened to a kametz. At this point, dealing with verbal suffixes, most students feel slightly overwhelmed by the variety of changes that can occur. Remember that your goal is to recognize forms, not to recreate them on the fly. You will need to keep working with this chapter and likely refer back to it many times as you initially get used to seeing verbs that have object suffixes attached to them.